first hit is that one that we talked about when they kill Ed. It's like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. And then there's a half second of yeah, motherfucker before your motherfucker gets it in the head. And then it's a little bit of, oh, fuck, right? And I mean, all you gotta do is look and see that, and you're gone. You're housed. So if you're dumb enough to point a gun at them, you will die.
I loved shooting that riot because I've never shot anything like that. I mean, I've shot big studio movies that don't feel that big. It felt massive, and it was fun. It was really fun.
There's a speaker going saying, drop to your knees, spread your arms face down, get on the fence, get on the ground. And so you are doing that. You are doing as told. Yeah. All right? Cool. Get away. The goal is get away from them and get down and safe, and don't let them think you're going to take a run at them, because they will kill you. Not in real life. We will be watching. You'll all make it.
All right, guys. First team's coming in. Let's get ready for the picture, please.
To see that kind of brutal piece of filmmaking executed on that level, where everybody walks away, it was a big, 12-hour day. Stephen K. shot it, and that guy is another force of nature that just made this thing pop. It was real. It was raw. And it was, everybody went home at the end of the day and nobody got hurt. And they are so complex and so many moving parts to those things.
Yeah, I mean, well, we had a few hundred extras that all showed up, did a heck of a job, and we shot with a helicopter, we shot 5 cameras, we had gunfire, hundreds of rounds of gunfire being shot all day long. We had bloodied ourselves up, half my face broken and bruised with prosthetics on top. It was a big ordeal. It's the perfect climax. This whole season, from our pilot to 10, it's just this slow burn, and then finally when we get to episode 10, it's just a brush fire.
Action.
It's time to paint my picture for the world.
Mikey! All right, let's...
And you're my Mona Lisa.
No! Mikey! No! Rance, fuck! Rance!
The trick is the same as directing anything. The trick is going, I know what's important. Let's make sure we get what's important. And in the case of this, there are moments that you go, what's important is the spectacle.
Yeah, so it's this way, and nobody look at a camera, obviously. Yes.
And then there are other moments that you go, what's important is just looking at feeling the person's reaction to the spectacle. And as long as you sort of keep that, and frankly, I like to run around, so it helps if you're a person who has a little bit of energy and likes to bounce around, because it keeps everybody else's energy up and focus. Because the biggest thing is focus on those days. If you get lazy, you can blow a finger off or worse.
So movement, anything between this and between this should be movement. This camera, you can be flat around here, all right? But that camera is low, so you can run through it as dope. But if you lie flat, you'll block it. All right, so that's that one.
The complications are obvious. You're loading people with squibs. You're dealing with, I think at one point we had 500 people in the yard, and you've got rounds of ammo, and you don't want anyone getting hurt, and helicopters in the air, and fire trucks, people climbing up ladders on fire trucks, and fire, and smoke, and other than that, it was just people talking. But yeah, it's a lot, but it's fun as hell.
Well, shooting in a real location always makes things easier, especially somewhere like this, which is an old penitentiary, which definitely has an energy to it.
Kingstown Penitentiary is kind of unique in that it is a penitentiary that, because it's a museum, more or less, it's still standing and it's in good shape. There are prisons all over North America, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them that are abandoned, but you can't possibly shoot there.
This place is something else, isn't it? I mean, these walls, you can feel the energy in these walls, the history in this prison. But just having this aesthetic here and this world without having to build it is just the perfect backdrop for our giant climax in episode 10.
I mean, other than that it's really crowded and that, if you go in the basement, there are ghosts, the reality is that's a museum as much as it's a prison. So you feel the energy is there, but you're not, I've shot in prisons, in active prisons, and that's a whole different thing. That hurts your heart a little bit. This, you're dealing with confinement, and that's A, hard to shoot in, but B, would be much harder to live in. The hardest thing is just, we want to respect that prison because it's historical.
Certainly the riot in the prison yard was our biggest task, and it took days and days and days to shoot, and it involved hundreds of extras and a lot of practical effects that have risks involved in a large sea of humanity is something that gives someone in my job pause, right? We think about that. We're trying to make that as safe as we can while still creating some jeopardy, right? It is meant to be threatening to some of the characters involved. We had to figure out how to create lots of fire and bullet hits and weaponry going off in a confined space with a very large number of people. And that's always a challenge.
Anybody that needs ear protection in the yard, raise your hand, please. And property will rush in to give that to you. Thank you very much.
It's critical that the departments work together. It's one of the most thrilling things about this kind of work is the level of teamwork. It's actually essential to what we do.
I think the task of any storyteller is to take the viewer into a world that they've never been in before. His wishes in the screenplay.
Some of you motherfuckers will be coming with me!
Maybe, but some of us aren't.
In the riot, when they send in the SWAT team, the very first contact that the SWAT team has with the people inside the center of the prison, the central part of the prison, one of the unfortunate inmates gets shot about 40 times.
One camera that goes this way and ends up this way, and he's here and then he runs in, and one that's going along this way, and then he FOs in like that, and then we do another pass where we keep one camera outside and one camera that's looking back this way.
Every day we had a lot of cameras, and it was really critical. I mean, we had to rehearse a lot, right? Like we had to rehearse it over and over and over again, just so that when the effect happened, the cameras caught it. They were pointing at what we were doing.
I mean, making movies is all in prep. Once you've prepped it, all you now have to do is go and shoot it. So we know exactly what we're doing, and then we can allow a little creativity to enter into it.
There will be strikes, fire in the hole.
29, Brandy, take one. Off mark. Come on, get that, fuck.
Is everyone okay? Thank you, Guinness Book of World Records.
It's kind of a great moment because he sees the SWAT team, realizes what's about to happen, and then gets shot 40 times. So it's just, there's a certain satisfaction to it.
That's how we do a fight.
Explosive that we put on a person's body, which sounds terrible, but we protect their body from it, and we put a little container of blood on top of it, and we weaken whatever they're wearing, like this. And then when we hit that, when we detonate the pyro, it blows a little hole in the costume and spurts blood out as if they've been shot. That sounds simple, but it's actually kind of complicated. And especially when you get into large numbers of hits on a person, it becomes a lot of wire to connect all the stuff. You have to find a way to trigger it that's safe. Now we have wireless triggers, which is a real advance. So someone can be running, or they can be standing, walking, they can be right in the whole frame. And we can still push the button on them getting shot. That's sort of the Cadillac of physical special effects. It's the best way to do it in our minds. It's probably also the most expensive way to do it and the most time-consuming way to do it. But for Taylor, it really is about making it as real as we can possibly get to. That works well for us.
Come on, I gotcha.
Stephen K. creates this great atmosphere so that it feels authentic. so that there is a reverence for the moment. And that is tough to do. And he does it. And so when these moments happen, there is an authenticity in it that does justice to what Taylor and Sheridan's put on the page. Taylor's shooting 1883, so he couldn't be here for the finale. And Stephen came in and just knocked it out of the park. And, you know, our DP, Stuart Campbell, kills it because he just sets everything up so there's a beauty in the darkness, like I said, and his lighting is killer, and you feel it. You feel that emotion when you're acting.
Mike! Mike, you good, buddy? You hit?
Yeah, no. Am I hit?
Yeah, you're good, buddy.
Yeah.
Got a little nutty, huh?
You think? Hey, brother. Kyle. Hey, buddy, you okay? You all right? Yeah, you're good, kid.
Yeah. The biggest challenge of it, honestly, is to keep reminding yourself, yeah, but find the heart. Don't get hypnotized by all the bang bang. And we did. There's a lot of heart. It's cool.
And that's when you walk away, everyone, you know, all the crew, all the cast, walk away at the end of the day going, whatever that was, that is why we are here.
Stop, so you ready?